Oh my God. Every day I get on Twitter and I see more delusion because that's, the saying going around nowadays. So let's see what STEM Barbie's talking about. 9 to 5 girlies be making 25K a month. Do you know 90% of the American people don't make over $110,000? 25K a month comes out to $300,000 a year. STEM Barbie might be making this. What regular job are you working that you're making 300K and you think other girls are doing as well? On Glassdoor, the average salary for directors is around 148,000. We'll round it to 150. Average salary for VPs is around 200 to 220. What regular job are the 9 to 5 girlies working that they're making 25K a month? Please tell me. And the funny thing is, if you go to the comments, all the girlies agree. How about you guys let us know what jobs you're working so we can apply?
Why I say women never cease to amaze me about their hypocrisies and delusions. For women to think that 9 to 5 girls, other women that make that amount of money in a month, let alone, let's say, what is it? That's like 300K a year is insane. Absolutely insane. The average American makes, what, 50K a year? It's like 10%, and that includes men and women. About 10% of the whole U.S. population makes over 100K, about 10%. So, what's to say? It's rare for people to make even 100K, let alone what she's saying, about 300K. This is a saying, right? Where women are out of touch with reality. They do not, the things they say, the things they believe, things they feel, whatever, it's not based on reality. It's not. That's why, like I always say, the things you hear from other women, you cannot believe, because they are out of touch with reality. They use their own experiences, their own life, to dictate how the world works or how the world is. That's it. They don't see how could it be that other women aren't making this amount of money. They've lost touch with reality. That's why it's so funny, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that women think like this, and they believe that it's reality. Insanity. Oh my God! Don't let that go over your head. That's a woman saying that, okay? Or, I guess, supposedly online. That, right? I, in my honest opinion, I wouldn't even say that's a fact. The men that these single moms date, okay? Ever imagine that they most likely wouldn't have dated these men if they weren't in that position? So, what do you think? As men, do you like to be second best? Do you like to be the last, the last choice? Is that? I mean, you gotta. This is why you gotta think. You gotta hold yourself to more a higher esteem, higher self-respect. I mean, you could date, single mothers, which I've done, but I would say that, you know what, I'm letting things slide. You gotta have the power dynamic, knowing that, okay, you are coming in this the best version you can be. She, her situation is what it is, but you can't let her push you down, dictate things, and to look down on you, treat you like a doormat, because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel like last place or second choice or whatever, her last option. You don't want to feel like that. And to be like that, well, then have some self-respect in yourself. No doormats, be a man with a backbone. Because this is what I'm talking about, right? Women, I honestly believe, deep down, women feel like this, that they wouldn't date you if they weren't in that position. So, okay, have some more self-respect for you, because stuff like that is very depressing. It shows you that, okay, wow, you make yourself seem like you have no value. You're not important. You're not that special. So, but I just think that wanted to show that because that is very, very telling. And I believe that most women, a good deal of women, right, single mothers, they feel like that. So it's something to think about.
My boundaries. I asked you to stop making that statement, then that. I understand that she sees me eat every day, and I offer her food. My daughter is going to eat when she's ready. She's not malnourished, she's not underweight, and she's not unhealthy. But you want to know what is unhealthy? That I keep setting a boundary with you that you keep crossing. Why, if somebody asks you, don't say this thing, why is that the one thing you want to say? Why will you keep coming to me? She needs to eat solid. She needs to eat solid. Is she malnourished? Does she look unhealthy to you? She is fed. She is healthy. She eats more than everybody in this house. Breast milk is more fattening, more healthy than anything that we eat. When she's ready to eat, I feed her. She has eaten multiple things. I'm not going to force food down her throat so that she can have an unhealthy relationship with food. And I'm also not going to keep asking you to keep my boundaries. There are things in your life that you would not like to talk about. There are things that trigger you that you would not want somebody to bring up to you. I wouldn't cross that line with you. So why do you keep doing that? Why? I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. But the point is, respect my boundary, please. Because then you get mad. It doesn't take yelling. But have you noticed since I've been here, the only time I get like this is when you do that. When you sit up here and you try to tell me how to parent the daughter that I literally pushed out of my womb and that you did not care to check in on for 6 months, and you're telling me the phone works both ways. I am your child and she is your grandchild. Why does your grandchild, who can't even operate a telephone, have to call to speak to her grandmother? That sounds very childish. And you think I'm going to call to make you call to check in on your granddaughter? That's childish. The same way my own father is expecting me to pick up phone when I was younger to be chasing after him. My daughter will never, I'm telling you right now, my daughter will never in her life chase after your love or anybody else's. For 6 months, you know my phone number. I didn't block your number. Your number was never blocked. For 6 months, you chose not to call me. You chose not.
This might be a little bit of a long one. I would have basically been fine with the things she said. Okay? I would chalk it up to whatever. It's your feelings, right? It is what it is. Until I read her comment where, as an adult, okay, as now a mother, you are such a failure. You are a failure. That one, most likely, seems by if I'm taking assumption by the comment, that you are now a single mother, not having a place of your own, not having anything of your own, and now living with your mom again. You are a failure. So really, does your opinions even matter? Because obviously your actions have led to failures. It led to you most likely, now again, this is an assumption, most likely picking a man that you didn't see a future with, all right? Picking a deadbeat man, okay? Having the child of that deadbeat man, now making him a father, okay? And now you having nothing of your own, so you're not even fit. You're not fit to raise a child because you don't even have a roof over your own head. You can't even afford a roof over your own head. So what do? You're turning your tail between your legs and heading back to your mom, who is now, again, I don't know if she's forcing it or whatever, but she's telling you, giving you her wisdom. This is a thing where there's no such thing as a black community anymore. There's no such thing as community anyway, at least with a lot of Western people. There's no such thing as community because you don't respect elders. You don't listen to elders. So really, how do you build a community when you're a single mom on your own, right? This is a thing where most likely, seems like it, that she's a first-time mom. Backsassing her own mom who's raised her, who's been there and done that. I'm not saying that, elders are perfect or always right. They're not. But I'm saying that you give respect. You're in someone else's home, not your own home, right? Because you couldn't afford your own place. Shows how much a failure you are as an adult and as a mother, okay? But you're in someone else's home. They gave you their wisdom, okay? Yes, you don't have to accept it. You don't. But backsassing, disrespecting someone is, I honestly believe, is disgusting. Especially when they're giving you advice. They're giving you things that, you know what, maybe you could listen to. And if you can't, fine. Just take it, let it brush off the shoulder. Because, again, she's been there as a mom already. You haven't. This is the thing with, like, a lot of women. They don't listen to nobody, right? Especially these modern young women. Even some older women. You don't listen to nobody. You don't care about advice from nobody. You don't care about nothing. You rather fail on your own, which you do, which this woman has. She's failed on her own, having to come back to her mom. So this disrespect is unbelievable. And this is why, right? A lot of men can't even deal with it. If you don't even listen or respect elders or other people giving you advice, how are you going to follow a man? How are you going to follow the leadership of a man? How are you even fit for provider, protector type of relationships? You're not. This type of woman is not. Obviously, she would be disqualified for those type of men that would lead a relationship, that would take care of a relationship, take care of a family. What does she qualify for? The man that she gave a child to. This is the women that's nowadays, and they don't understand that this is their mindset is what's creating this terrible life that they're living.